Tonight, we're looking at some of the lights that are going to be released at LDI 2015. Good evening, this is John Young with the Disc Jockey News and Disc Jockey News TV, and tonight is Lighting Chat Night, and we've got the one, the only, the infamous Nick Ayers with us tonight. Good evening, Nick.
Good evening, John. How's it going today?
It is going wonderfully. We're excited. We're getting ready to fly down next week to LDI in Las Vegas, and as promised, you said you could bring us a sneak peek at some of the new products.
Indeed.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we've got a few really, really fun ones to talk about, and I really like where the industry in general is going right now, and there's so many cool new items that are out there, and I'm just so excited for the show. This is like my favorite show of the year because it's all the new items and new tech, and it's just so exciting, and yeah, and I'm glad I have a couple to talk to you about here, so that's great.
And for those who've never been to LDI, LDI is basically lighting, and there's you'll see some projectors and some screens and such, but it's really lighting, and it's the high-end lighting. We'll see more production lighting there than anywhere. I mean, I would even think probably over NAMM. We don't see as much at NAMM as we there. Am I correct on that, Nick?
Right, yeah. I mean, this is definitely a show for lighting designers. This is designed specifically for them. This is what they come and pick out what they want to use for the tours for that year. So there's tons of cool stuff, really fun, nice people there, a lot of artists walking around. So it's just the ideas that flow at this show are just amazing.
Yeah.
So it's just, and NAMM is more retailers and what they're going to buy in stock, and that's fun too. But it's just, this is the show for the people that really like the lights and the toys, and that's me.
Yeah, exactly. That means that there's quite a few DJs who are, especially this year with them having a DJ track, an educational track. But even before that, there were DJs. I mean, I'd be walking down the aisles, and it's like, wait a second, I recognize that guy from one of the other DJ shows, and yeah, there's just a lot of folks that come to that show.
I think that just speaks to the industry right now, how many DJs out there consider lighting as such a huge portion of their system, and how important it is to make themselves set apart from everyone else, and that's all the more value to this show. It's great.
Yeah. I think that'd be a great future topic we should dive into, is talking about how DJs are making that evolving into lighting production companies in many cases.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll jot that down for a future show. But tonight, we're going to be talking new products that are going to be making their debut in Las Vegas in about 10 days or so.
Yep.
But you've got them. First look at them with us tonight. This is going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm. What
do you got?
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, okay, so I'm going to start out with probably one of the more simple ones that we have, but it's really, really exciting because it's kind of a new take on an old school light.
Okay.
This is catered really specifically towards the theater markets, the guys that have installs, or if you are doing I've seen a few weddings recently that are uplit in the church ahead of time and at the actual reception, or some people have the reception in the hall that they're having the ceremony in the actual place they're having the reception.
Yep.
So you can't have a lot of things moving and fans going and making a lot of noise, so that this is a great product for you. So I have right here the brand new, this is the Colorize EXA. EXA, as we know, means 6 colors: red, green, blue, amber, white, and UV. And this, of course, has 12, as you can see, LEDs here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really super rigid metal housing. There's no fans. You actually use the housing to dissipate the heat. It's got our usual power con on the back and 3-pin DMX in. Now, this is not a touchscreen display, but it's a capacitive touch display, so it uses a little LED display or whatever. But you notice there's a little antenna back here.
Yeah.
So this is actually, this unit, in fact, all the Colorize units have our brand new NE-Fi wireless technology in it. Now this is completely new. No one else has this right now. This is unique to Blizzard Lighting, which is awesome. This is actually a technology that works with both WDMX and Blizzard's proprietary Skywire. So there's a lot of reasons you would do this. The proprietary Skywire is an awesome system. It was kind of designed custom for Blizzard, so they really are able to control what it can do and how powerful it is and everything. Mm-hmm. And also that kind of keeps the price down. And then the WDMX is just a very common protocol. Everybody uses it. It's all over the place. So it really just depends on what your system is. But the nice thing about this is that you don't have to have a light. Let's say one of your guys uses Skywire for the little controller, or you've got WDMX. Doesn't matter. Same par, works with both. So really, really handy. I'll get into a couple of receivers here in just a second, but I'm just going to go back to this guy for a moment. Again, completely fanless, really, really super rigid housing, tempered glass in the front, nice and strong, and it coming in at an absolutely great price. I mean, it's 12 LEDs, so it's going to be just hella bright, which is awesome. We're also going to be offering this one in a quad color that has 18 quad color LEDs. That's RGBW, and then RGBA. My bad. And then we're also going to be doing it in White, which is the same layout as the quad. Now, you may I saw your face, John.
Yeah.
It's what's White.
Yeah.
So White is the terminology that we use at Blizzard that it stands for any white you want. It is a cool white dye, a warm white dye, and an amber. So you get all three of those colors in each of the LEDs. And that way you can, a lot of people call them tunable white actually, because you can tune to a specific color white that you want. You can either go really, really cold or really, really warm, whatever you'd like. Some guys really like cool white, some guys really like warm white. I'm a warm white guy, I love warm white.
Sure.
But it allows you to kind of adjust to whatever whatever specifically you want. And again, it's rigid, it's built strong, it's tour ready. You can definitely take it out and beat the piss out of it, and it's going to be okay.
Sure.
So it's available in white or black. This one is obviously the white one here. I love the look of the whites, just with the white backboard and stuff right here. It just looks so cool.
Yeah.
You have a little power switch here. We can power one of them up here really quick. But and of course, Blizzard uses PowerCon. Now, sometime we're going to have to talk about why you would want PowerCon.
Yeah.
We'll have to set that up for another episode, but we definitely have to do that. So here's that really cool bright pink. It's obviously so bright it's overdoing my camera.
Yep.
But so it's got this really nice bright pink color in the background. Very, very, very bright. And as you can see, there's a nice UV in here. Let me see if I can take down the UV here. There we go. We go to red. Bam. There you go. So there's our UV. You can see it's really, really bright. A lot of huge blast ball. It will shoot really far. Well, you'll have to come to the show to see it, but you'll be seeing these shortly, and they're shipping like in the next couple of weeks. So you'll be able to order them right away. So don't hesitate. Installs, wedding guys, any of you, just perfect for this. So this is a really, really great light. I'm super, super excited about this, mainly because of the built-in NFI. But also because they're just at such a great price point, and also the amount of brightness that comes out of them is just awesome.
So now if a person would have, let's say you had 8 of those, and you are going to use them around the room, say as 4 of them for kind of maybe dance floor side uplighting, that would be kind of going over the floor, and you have maybe some on the stage with you. With that wireless DMX, if I had one controller, could it talk to all 8 of them at the same time?
Absolutely. So that's the great thing about wireless, is you don't have to run a wire to every single light. You can have a controller, be that a WDMX controller. You can have a transmitter going from like your software or from a controller, transmitting one transmitter out to 18, 19, 20, 40 receivers. There's no max on it. It can go as many as you want. You will eventually get to a point where if you have a few too many lights in a room and you're running them on WDMX or Skywire for that matter, there will be a little bit of signal interference, but I mean, you're talking about like if you're in a room that's less than 10 feet by 10 feet and you try and cram 100 products in there, then you might start to have issues. But in a normal ballroom or normal like room, if you have 40 uplights in there and you're running Skywire WDMX, it's not going to matter. You'll be able to connect to all of them, and again, that's the reason why wireless is so cool, because you don't have to run wires. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So that is the colorized series. Now, this colorized series is three big. It's the quad, the EXA, and the White. So all available in black or white housings. Really cool stuff. So staying on that NFI route here, I'm actually going to show you our brand new NFI Wysicle. Are you familiar with the Wysicles at all, John?
A little bit, but let's go cover those, because that's been, this whole wireless world is really getting hot.
Sure. Okay. So what's really cool about the Wysicle is that any Wysicle enabled fixture, which Blizzard makes a whole ton of them, they can plug this little receiver in the back of the unit, and it will automatically be powered and receive DMX. You don't have to plug anything else in. It's ready to go, just like that. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And this thing, as you can see, I mean, it's no longer than my finger. It's a tiny little guy. This is the actual Wysical AnyFi. So this works with both WDMX and your Skywire units from Blizzard. So it will work with either of them. And again, it gets power through the actual DMX port. So you don't have to worry about having extra power there or anything. You just jack it in the back of the fixture, and you're ready to go. It's really, really cool and really easy. And this thing's been around. I mean, the Wysicles have been around for a long, long time. And I feel like they're really... This is so convenient to take any fixture, that if it's Wysical ready, and jack it into and make it work. It's just so simple. Like, if you don't want your fixtures wireless one night, just leave these at home. And if you get to a venue and you're like, I can't run wires over here, I can't run power over here, I can't run a signal line all the way over to this location. Or what happens a lot in ballrooms, at least in my experience, is they may have a power outlet, but you can't run just a little signal cable across the, a doorway or whatever. So this is great for that, because you can just jack it in the back and it's ready to go.
Nice.
Yeah. So they're going to be offering this in a Wysical version like this, and then also a full-on big transmitter, which is like a big box with an OLED display and like a big antenna and stuff like that. So that's going to be a little bit more pricey version, because that's got a lot more power behind it. As you can see, this one doesn't really have an antenna on it. It's actually, the antenna is inside this little guy, but it's really meant to be a receiver. You don't generally transmit with these little guys, because you really do need an antenna on the end of it, but it's meant to be the receiver.
Sure.
So then you have your transmitter at your base, and I mean, I tested these out actually just a couple weeks ago, and I took it from one end of basically like about the length of half of a football field through a steel 2x4 building, and it had no problem whatsoever. So I was actually really blown away. I'm used to having a lot of signal issues in general with wireless. You always that's why you always do like a site survey ahead of time to make sure that it's all good.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
This, I mean, I can't tell you enough. This just blew me away how good it was. There's actually a tricolor LED on the back of it, because I'm sure one of the questions that probably came up, or if you're watching this now and you're thinking of it, is how do I set anything on here? How do I set my WDMX? How do I sync it with my WDMX? Or how do I set my Skywire channels? This guy actually has a tricolor LED in it, so you can see what color it is and what color group, because in Skywire it's all about color groups, not about numbers.
Okay.
So like, all my lights are set to the yellow group, or all my lights are set to the red group, or whatever. It's very simple and very quick and easy to understand, and bilingual. But then the actual button to set stuff is actually this little guy here, the little DMX lock pin.
Yeah.
You push the button, and that is your actual sync button. So some people, if you want to, you can set it up ahead of time and get them all sunk before you go to the gig, which I recommend. But if you don't, it's no problem. You can totally sync it when it's actually plugged into the unit. So
interesting.
The DMX lock pin holds it in place. But if you think about it, while it's in the actual fixture, you can press that button, and it works really, really well. So again, for a live demo of this, you'll see it at LDI. We're going to be doing a whole video and stuff on it. So
you bet we'll be talking about that at the show. Awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really cool stuff. So the third and final light I will show you, granted there's a lot more to see at LDI, but we're just scraping the surface.
Exactly.
Is the brand new Stiletto Z6. So Blizzard has a line of moving head washes that are called the Stilettos. It's like a high-end moving head wash. We had the 7 and the 19. We are actually upgrading those, putting better LEDs in them, bringing the price down, and just kind of a revamp of the whole housing. We wanted to make sure it looked really, really cool and stylish. Sure. That was one thing that I don't know about you, but a few of them, they looked cool, but they weren't really like 100% practical and as unique to us as everyone else. So right here we have the brand new Stiletto Z6. So as you can see, there's 6 LEDs, and of course uses light pipes, my favorite thing in the whole world. And so you can actually zoom the lens in and out. You can see the zoom lens here. I can actually press it in. Oh, maybe not. And so those actually use 4-color RGBW LEDs. and you have six of them around the front there. A brand new housing, really good look. You can see the styling that we got on here. Very, very cool looking device, and it of course has power con in the back and our 3-pin DMX and a nice little fuse back there. So really, really easy and convenient to put up and use, and super, super, super bright. So you're going to see this. The output of this actually completely blows away the Z7. Now you'd think that it wouldn't because it has one less LED, but it is brighter. I can tell you that 100%. So there's also going to be a Z18, which is an 18 LED version of this. It's a lot bigger, but it's just I mean that's a beast of a light. And that one actually gives you the option of pixel mapping as well, the different zones around here. This one does not have that. It only has the single colors there, but it's still very, very cool. And I mean these are coming in at a couple $100 cheaper than what the other ones were. So I mean you're talking some serious savings, and not to mention the actual light just looks awesome.
How heavy is that one?
Oh, it's I want to say just probably 4 pounds, maybe 5 at the most.
Nice.
It's really, really light. I mean, but it's not light enough where you think it was cheap. The plastic is super rigid. It's very, very nice and strong. But yeah, so that is the Stiletto Z6.
Very nice. That should be cool. And you mentioned, of course, that there's more products that will be on display at LDI that we haven't gotten to yet tonight.
Sure, and there's going to be some more, as we spoke before. There's going to be some more production-oriented products there, some bigger ones that are hard to have me just show right here because they'll sit taller than myself. But there's a couple there that are going to be really, really cool and really exciting, and I'm really excited about it because they're offering some products that are right up my alley, the things that I like. And we're going to be showing a lot of the goldies too. Like there's going to be the Pixelicious there. We got a really cool display going. There's the solar arrays, which are also very, very cool display going. So make sure you come by and check that out. It's definitely going to be worth it, and I don't think you're going to miss this booth. It's an experience.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And what we'll do is we'll be there. The show floor opens on Friday, and we will be bringing you guys out there in the internet world. We'll have a video. So this would be Friday the 20-something or another.
Something or another,
whatever, it's 23rd or something like that. But we'll later that day, you guys go and check out our YouTube page, the youtube.com/discjockeynews, and we will have a video from LDI showing off a lot of the cool stuff here that'll be introduced at the Blizzard booth. That's cool stuff. Great. Looking forward to it. There's also a video you guys have out there that is kind of a sneak peek of the booth, and we'll put that link down in the description below so you guys can go check that out, because they're going to be doing some things at the booth I don't think that have been seen before especially in the DJ world. Absolutely. And there's a theme. There's always a theme. So, if you go watch the video, or if you haven't already, it's going to be a theme, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not going to give it away if you haven't watched it yet. So, and we'll talk about it more when we're coming to them live from the showroom floor there at LDI. Great stuff, Nick. I thank you for your time, and I'll see you in about 10 days. Sounds good, John. All right. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News and Disc Jockey News TV, and Nick Harris from Blizzard Lighting. Good night.